Happy Tuesday, guys. I'm Scottie the Trainer. Welcome to Scottie the Trainer Tuesdays. You know, Mark Henry, who is a man who won the World's Strongest Man competition, and he won it several times. Very impressive, some of the things that they do. And someone asked him, they said, Mark, how is it that you're able to win these competitions and just continue on like you do? And he said, there's two types of people in this world. Those that do and those that don't. Think about that for a second. Two types of people he had noticed in his competition and his training. Those that do and those that don't. I wanted to think about for a minute, what's the difference between the two? I think it's this: quitting. You see, the problem with quitting is if you quit, it's not going to produce what you're after. I think everybody runs into the temptation of quitting. Everybody wants to take a minute and maybe renegotiate where they are. But if you quit, you are never going to get the production, the produce, the next step in your life that you want. You know, I start thinking about things in my own life and start looking at situations and circumstances. And there's a couple of things that came to my own mind. You know, my wife and I, at one time, we both worked jobs. Both of us worked jobs. And there was a time when we came to the decision that she was going to be home. I wanted her to be home for the kids. The kids wanted her to be home. And she wanted to be home. So there were things that we had to do. We couldn't quit, couldn't stop. So I took on two jobs, and she was able to stay home. Some decisions happened, some doors opened, some opportunities came, some decisions were made, because a decision that you make today will open the door tomorrow. And I made some decisions and got into a position and a job to where then I didn't have to work two jobs. And she was able to stay home, and things got better, and we had to work at it in order to make it happen. If I quit, she would have never been able to say, hey, I'm a stay-at-home mom, which, by the way, is one of the hardest jobs out there, especially dealing with 4 children, our 4. So we couldn't quit, because quitting would not have gotten us what we wanted. Quitting would not have given to us the payout or the production for our children or our family that we wanted. Now, that's not everybody's dream. It's not everybody's goal, but it was ours. And the only way for us to get it was to work at it. Quitting, most definitely, was not going to give it to us. And you know, no matter what it is that you're dealing with, maybe it's you're tired of living in an apartment and you're ready to have a house. But you've said, well, I'm not even sure what the credit is or what the mortgage would be or how would that even look. Start investigating. Start looking into it. I talked to someone just yesterday who they thought they would never be able to have an opportunity to own their own home. But now they're taking the steps to see what it would take to have that happen. You never know if you don't try. Don't quit. Don't stop. Don't give up. You know, I learned this lesson even from my oldest son, who's going to be 18 this year. And I know some of you are thinking, wow, I didn't know Scottie the Trainer had a child that was 18 years old. Yep, he's my oldest. He's going to be 18 in November. He has autism, and I've watched him from a child that was very isolated, very standoffish, around 5, 6 years old, to now seeing a young man who's in theater group and loves to be on stage. As a matter of fact, whenever he gives presentations, No one else in his class wants to go the same day that he goes. That's how well he's done and how fantastic he is when he's on stage. All of his insecurities, all of his quirkiness, all of what some of his peers call he's weird, he's strange. It all goes away when he hits that stage and he becomes the star of the show. And I've watched him over the years. And you know the one thing that autism has not taken away from him? It has taken nothing away from him, because he never quits. He never gives up. There's something about a person that just keeps coming. Now listen, you may have to rest for a moment. You may have to stop. You may have to take a moment and step back and maybe adjust a few things, but that's not quitting. Quitting is throwing your hands up and walking in a totally different direction. Quitting will never give to you what it is that you are after. Today, I want you to determine in your mind, no matter how difficult the day goes, don't quit. No matter how frustrating your children are, don't stop parenting. No matter how rough it is in school, don't decide you're going to take a year off just yet. Keep on pushing, keep on pressing, keep on going. Don't quit. You never know what's on the other side of your determination. I'm going to leave you with this piece of advice that my father gave to me. My father was in construction all of his life. Now he sold his construction business. He's retired. He's got 7 acres of land and, just enjoying himself now. Here's something that he told me. I said, Dad, I know there were years when the construction business was difficult. How did you hang in there? And he said, I never thought about giving up. He said there were tough things, tough times, tough decisions that I had to make, but I never thought about giving up because I realized you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Listen, yesterday's gone. Your tomorrow is now today. You never know what's on the other side of that door that you're about to walk out of. What's going to happen? There was a day when you were looking for a job and the day came you got a job. What if you'd quit? There was a day you didn't have money to pay your bills, but now your bills are paid. What if you'd quit? There was a day when somebody was coming to your house to give you something that you desperately needed. What if they had quit? What if you had quit before you had gotten it? I just came along today to tell you on this Scottie the Trainer Tuesdays, rest if you must. Stop for a moment and catch your breath. But whatever you do, don't quit. I'm Scottie the Trainer. That's how I see it. And listen, guys, don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type in Scottie, that's with an I-E, Scottie the Trainer. Check out my YouTube channel. Like it, share it, subscribe, do all of that stuff. And I will appreciate it very much. Again, I'm Scottie the Trainer. That's how I see it.